Divorce and budgeting. Can you think of two more anxiety-provoking subjects on the face of this planet? And the worst thing is, they often go together. I'm Catherine Miller, and I've been a divorce attorney in New York City and New York State for over 30 years. And divorce budgeting is one of the hardest parts of the process. Let me just start by saying I hate the word budget. I hate the word budget because it sounds like diet, meaning it sounds like something we need to do without, we need to produce, we need to watch what we spend. And that can feel really uncomfortable, especially when you're worried about all kinds of other things. But if you break it down, it is something that's really important to look at and is really powerful information to have. So here are some ways to break it down. One, you want to look at the past different from the future. So when you look at the past, think of it as measuring the cost of your lifestyle. How have you allocated the resources of your income, whether or not that income comes from salaries or from investment returns or wherever? How have you allocated it, and what have you spent on food and shelter, clothing, vacations, cars, all that kind of thing? That isn't necessarily how you're going to spend money in the future, but it's definitely going to help you make a smart choice about how you're going to allocate those resources in the future. And sometimes people get those two things confused, and that does create a lot of anxiety. So measuring the past gives you the opportunity to allocate to get the best result in the future. So that's one thing, past versus future. The second thing is to really think about the expenses that you have in your life in what I think of as three categories. One is absolutely must have. I must have a place to live. I must be able to eat. I must be able to have certain amounts of clothes, and my kids need that. Then there's lifestyle. These are the kind of quality of places that I've lived, the quality of the food and the vacations. And then the third level is really nice to have. It would be nice if I could keep going on these fancy vacations, or nice to be able to keep spending a lot of money on designer clothes, but I might not be able to do it, but it won't be that painful to give it up. So I think if you divide it up into those three levels, you can start making sure that you will have security, and then allocate the things that are most important to you, that the splurges that are really going to make a difference, instead of just wasting and frittering your money on nothing that isn't going to really bring you joy. What I'd really like you to do is give me your contact information in the link below. We send a monthly newsletter with lots of valuable information and interviews that I think you'll find really helpful going forward. Thanks for listening.